Hello, it's Eli. Today I'm here to talk about our mock-up for the final project. Eric is not with me right now, but we've been working on the physical design and the hardware together. Here's the physical design that we've been working on for our mock-up. So basically, it's just kind of this box that has a slot for the display and the buttons, and the back is open just in case we need to make any changes to space requirements. We also might change up the button layout a little bit. This is what we have for now. It's easily 3D printable. So we could easily test if our hardware fits within. Here's our code for the start of the project. We basically just started by getting some skeleton code with the help of AI and built off of it from there. So here's I had to include libraries for the OLED and the SD card. I was initially going to use Lopka, which is like a GitHub program that helps you build and like an OLED display layout, and it'll kind of generate the code for you. But our Unos, unfortunately, do not have enough memory to be able to run that and the SD card at the same time. I would be using the Nano right now, but we needed to order a special data cable, and the GPS modules also was faulty that we got. So both of those are coming tomorrow, so we'll have the Nano hooked up and the IMU and GPS running within this week. But for now, I just want to show that the OLED works and we can log data, activity data onto an SD card. Basically in the setup, I just set up the pins, the OLED, or for our global variables, the pins, OLED, mode index, so for an index for each mode, and then our button states, debounce for millis timing, and then timing variables, and just a setup for the SD card. And in the setup, kind of just building off of that, I set up our pins for the buttons, started the serial monitor and the OLED, and then just set up the SD card. And our main loop just set up continuously running these three functions that'll basically just update the screen based on like the buttons pressed and log data to the SD card. That's this check mode button is the start one. So if the mode button's pressed, it'll cycle through the mode index and display each mode. And then the start button will use these two other functions to log events, and it'll just change the screen based on if there's a activity logging currently. And then they use this log event function as well below that just logs data to the SD card and then kind of just formats it. And then the setup OLED just sets up the screen, sets the cursor for where we want all of our data. And then that also works off the this update timer function. So basically it'll just continuously update the timer if it's currently running. So it'll just update the amount of time running, and then these other functions will kind of all work together. So here's it actually working. So as you can see, currently there's no SD card in it. I just reset the Uno. So you can see ND at the top. We're in bike mode, stopped. And then the time's at 0 seconds. ND means there's no SD card in it. So I'll go ahead and put the SD card in it. And then I will reset the Uno. And then start logging data, and then I can cycle through the modes, kind of just showing that it's able to log data in each mode. And then I'll stop it, ends at 8 seconds. I'll take our SD card out and plug it into my computer right here. It'll open this log text, and then this just shows the data it just recorded and how we cycled through each mode. From here, we just need to basically get our IMU working and use our Nano to kind of build off of our basic functionality more. Our main struggles so far have just been the faulty GPS and the Uno R3 not having enough memory to kind of demonstrate everything we're trying to do. But yeah, once we have the data cable running, we'll be able to kind of move on to setting up our actual like battery system and everything, and make sure all of our sensors are recording properly. And make sure GPS works and everything integrates together.